Good morning. How are you today? I hope you had a great time on your weekend. Thank you very much. All right. Have, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. We have four participants today. Okay. And thank you very much. I can see that you all presented. Let's see. Have you sent your exam, final exam? No?
Teacher, fíjate
Yes.
que yo ya realicé el examen de en inglés, pero justamente cuando yo le iba a tomar la captura para, pues, para verificar,
Uh-huh.
recargué la página para, pues, poder tomar la captura, pero justamente me aparece ahora que como si no hubiera hecho nada, o sea, me parece como para hacerlo otra vez.
Ouch.
Entonces,
Okay.
no sé si lo vuelvo a realizar, pero como me decía que ya se registró mi respuesta, no sé si dejarlo así o lo vuelvo a hacer.
Sí, mira, voy a revisar, ¿ok? Es más, ahorita vamos a revisar para ver si están ustedes ahí, ¿ok?
Ok,
Ah, algo más quiero ver. Solo tienes que hacer eso, ¿verdad? Pues sí. Voy a revisar ahorita, ¿ok? Déjame aquí. Ok, really quick. Okay. In the meantime, we're going to wait for the last person, okay? That is not present today. I'm going to share screen, see if okay. All right. Let's see what we have here. Sometimes it takes a little. This is ninth grade, section A. We're going to check on B. B. The platform is going slow right now. If I have registered here your test, you don't need to send it again, okay? I just want to make sure that it is already here. Anyone else have already uploaded? Fernando, have you uploaded your test?
Yes, teacher, I already do my test and I am sending the quiz right now to Edu.
Okay, all right. So, all right, let's see. Unfortunately, this take a long time to charge. So, I think anyway. Okay, while it does that, okay, I'm going to go from attendance list. Okay, see who's here. Okay, who isn't. All right, so we have Cardona Alfaro.
Present.
Thank you. Estrada Chavez Luis Alberto. He is not here, right? Okay. Okay. Rosales Chavarria
present.
Christian. Okay, thank you. Tobar Rodriguez Mario.
Present.
Thank you. And Vaidel Morales Fernando Miguel.
Present.
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see. Finally, it's getting here. And the thing is that I only have 5 of you from 9th grade section B. Okay, still hasn't finished yet charge. Okay, so it will take a little bit longer. Okay. I need to, well, while it charges, okay, I want to tell you something, a little brother, a tool that can help you, okay, with your pronunciation and the way you speak. Okay, I usually use this Traductor de Google or Google Traductor, okay, when I have problems in my pronunciation, okay, because I'm keep learning to speak English. I have problems in pronunciation or to have a whole sentence, okay, the right way. So what I'm use is usually I go to my Google Traductor, okay, which is this one over here. I don't know if you can see it. Say just thumbs up if you can see it, or thumbs down if you cannot, okay? All right, good. So, for example, there are a few words that I have problems to pronounce them, okay? So, what I do is I come over here and I have problems pronouncing some certain word, and I just write it right here. For example, the word género in English, it is kind of hard for me to pronounce. So I come over here and I will write it, okay? And it will translate it to, okay? This word, I can pronounce it genre, okay? But I'm not sure if my pronunciation is the correct one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play on this little speaker icon over here, press it or make it click. Genre. Okay, let's see. It doesn't, it is not sounding, has no sound, okay. It is not doing it, okay, let's see. All right, let's try genre. That. Okay, can you hear that? Genre. 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 All right, so that's the way we can get the right word and the correct pronunciation, okay? Some other that I have problem with was, let's see, this word over here, okay? Charitable, charitable, okay? So I will come over here and listen to it. Charitable, 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 okay? And I pronounce it several times until I get it right. So you can use this, okay, in order to get the right pronunciation. Use it. It is a very nice and useful tool for you, okay? So in case you can even translate a text, okay, a whole text if you want, okay? But make sure you listen to it and practice it, okay? So let's get back to our platform Edu, see if it's already charged. Okay, I have here final exam. Let me check on if you are here or not, okay? 13 students have presented their exam, their final exam, okay? You have until today at 11:59 p.m. to present it, okay? If you do it at midnight, at 12 o'clock, it is no longer available, so you won't be able to do it. So make sure you send it by that time, okay? And if you already had, okay, don't worry about it. You already did it, and no problem, okay? Or no worries, like the Australian said, okay? So it always takes a long time. I don't know why. I've been having complaints about Claro, Telefonía Claro, and also Tigo has a very slow internet today. I don't know why, but anyway, let's see. Okay, what we are here is Mr. Cardona Alfaro. Yes, you did. Good. Thank you. Let's see. Estrada Chavez. No, he hasn't yet. Okay. Anyway, let's go with the next one. Rosales. Mr. Rosales Chavarria. Okay. I don't have it here yet. Okay. I don't know why you haven't, it is not here yet. So probably you will have to do it again, okay? But in fact, if you said that you already had, I wonder why it's not here yet, okay? Supposedly, did you take the screenshot, Christian?
No, I don't take.
You didn't take it, okay. Okay, you couldn't take it, okay? When you check on that again, they show you a message like you have to try it to do it one more time, right? Okay, let's see. I wonder why this. Okay, I'm getting so stuck here. Mario Enrique, have you presented that test yet? The exam? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay. Fernando, you already had, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So we have no problem with this. Okay, so we will stop sharing. Okay. All right. So anyway, don't worry about it. I will check on that. Okay. Send me a Christian. Send me an email. Okay. Right now, stating this situation, and I will check because the way we check on this, okay, we come to. I have to check my email. Okay, and see if you already have it. Okay. That's the only way that I can find, because when you find you fill this Google form or test, it will show in my I have a problem with the internet right now. It got just so stuck. Okay, so anyway, okay, check. I'm checking on all the people that already done his test, okay, and see if you already have it. Well, send me an email, okay? I will answer to you as soon as I can, okay? Right now, we're going to just have a reading lesson, okay? Just to make sure that we don't lose time, okay? Or we don't lose time. So please go and get our What a Life book, okay? We're going to read, we're going to practice. Mario, you have your book already, right? Yes, say yes, please. You do? Yes or no, Mario?
No.
Oh, what happened? I thought you got it already.
I called for the place,
Uh-huh.
but not respond for me.
Oh, you already bought it? You pay for it, but you haven't in physical.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, so just listen please to the class, all right? So we're going to read about Mr. Alfred Nobel, okay? Alfred Nobel, okay? This is page number 16, page 16, okay? And we will read about him, okay? So let's see, I will read the first part, okay? Then from a second segment or second paragraph will be assigned to Christian. Third one will be Fernando, and the last one, Guillermo, okay? Or the next one. And we will keep going like this, okay? Listen and try to get this, how they are. Mario, try to listen because you're not reading, I'm going to ask you questions, okay? So listen to it. It says here, are you all there? Okay, I'm ready. You're ready. Thank you. The Nobel Prize of Alfred Nobel. The Nobel Prize is one of the greatest honors in the world today. Once a year, people win this prize for their work in science, medicine, literature, economics, or world peace. Each winner receives a gold medal, a diploma, and about $1 million. $1 million. They also earn the respect of people around the world. Okay, continue, please. Christian.
Nobel Prize winners receive their awards at ceremonies in Stockholm, Sweden, and also Norway on December 10th, the anniversary of the death of Alfred Nobel. Nobel was a scientist and inventor in which he left his fortune to create the Nobel Prize. Nobel want people to remember him as a man of peace. The- In his lifetime, he was most famous for building weapons of war. Alfred
Okay.
Nobel
Mhm.
was
Yeah,
born
continue.
in 1833 in Stockholm, Sweden. His father, Immanuel, was an inventor after Alfred was born. His father went to Russia to war. He worked with the government and made machinery and explosives. Several years later, Immanuel moved his family to Russia. Alfred has his two older brothers were interested in science and enjoyed watching the after in the laboratory.
Okay, thank you very much, Christian. Okay, there are a few words that need to be a little bit polished. Okay, polish is like okay, make it better. Okay, make it shiny. Okay, all right. So it says here, Nobel Prize winners receive their awards at ceremonies in Stockholm, Sweden, and Oslo, Norway. So they have two cities, okay, in two different countries where they can receive this on December 10th. Every year on December 10th, you can either receive it, this prize, okay, a medal, either in Stockholm, Sweden, or Oslo, Norway. Even to myself, it's hard to pronounce some words. These are the names of cities, okay? But we need to pronounce them, trying to pronounce the right way, okay? All right. So the other thing is, Nobel was a scientist and inventor. And in his will, he left his fortune to create the Nobel Prize. Fortune and Nobel Prize. Nobel wanted people to remember him as a man of peace. But in his lifetime, he was most famous for building weapons of war. Okay, So the other word is 1833. Very good, thank you. In Stockholm, Sweden, his father Immanuel was an inventor. Alfred was born. After Alfred was born, his father went to Russia. Is Russia in Spanish, Russia in English, okay, to work. He worked with the government made machinery, okay, and explosives. That was his father, okay, right? All right. And several years later, Emmanuel moved his family to Russia. So his father moved first, okay, and after a while, after several years, he moved all his family with him, okay. All right. Let's see who continues. Guillermo, can you continue, please? No.
Sure,
Invited.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. All right.
when Alfred was 17 years old, he traveled to the United States and several Europe countries to study. Then he returned to Russia to work with her father and his brothers. They worked on explosive weapons for the Russian military. At that time, the military used only one type of explosive, gunpowder. Then a chemistry professor showed the nobles a heavy oily liquid they could use in their work. It was called nitroglycerin. Nitroglycerin was a powerful explosive, but it was dangerous to work with. I continue, or is time of the
Okay. Yes. Continue the other part, please. Okay. Yes.
Alfred and his father's experiment with nitroglycerin. Finally, in 1863, Alfred invented a way to make it more safe. Scientists everywhere praised his work. Nitroglycerin had many good uses. Workers use it to build roads, through mountains, and to construct mines deep in the earth.
Okay. Thank you very much, Fernando. Really good. All right. So as we can see here, when Alfred was 17 years old, okay, all right, it says here, coming back to, all right, scientist, Robert. It says, uh, several years later, Emmanuel moved his family to Russia. Alfred and his two older brothers were interested in science and enjoyed watching their father in the laboratory. Nothing better to learn how to having a father which was already very smart, okay, invented things, okay. uh, Unfortunately, what he invented was something like explosives, or let's say something machinery so they can destroy other people, okay. So that wasn't that good, okay. But anyway, because they were here, they were influenced by his father to learn new things. All right. Okay. So it says here, then he returned. Okay. When Alfred was 17 years old, he traveled to the United States and several European countries to study. Okay. Then he returned to Russia to work with his father and his brothers. They worked on explosive weapons for the Russian military. At that time, the military used only one type of explosive, okay? That was only known as, for everybody, the only one that they knew about it was gunpowder. Gunpowder is, ¿cómo le llaman en español? Eh, Gunpowder es lo que usan para hacer cohetes aquí, cohetes.
Pólvora.
¿Cómo se llama?
Pólvora, tal vez.
Ah, pólvora. Yes, pólvora. Thank you very much. I forgot the name in Spanish. Okay, pólvora is the same, gunpowder. If you translate gunpowder, it means polvo para arma. Okay, it's pólvora. Okay, all right. So they use it. Can you tell me who invented gunpowder? Do you know anyone? It was long time ago. Marco Polo knew about it. When he traveled to China, he found out that the Chinese people already has something as a fireworks, okay, for celebrations, okay, but he used it and included to make gunpowder, okay, to make cannons, okay, or weapons to use that gunpowder. So in China was where they invented gunpowder, okay. Marco Polo took it. He was an Italian sailor, okay, or explorer, and he came back to Europe with gunpowder. Gunpowder was made for using the weapons, for rifles or guns, okay, as well. From there, it became more useful for wars. Okay, they use it for wars, for anything else. We use here for weapons as well. But anyway, when you see las luces campero, okay, o cuando ellos inauguran el árbol gallo, they use gunpowder to make fireworks, okay, o juegos pirotécnicos, okay. But now they find out, okay, then it says here, continuing with the reading, then a chemistry professor showed the nobles a heavy oily liquid they could use in their work. It was called nitroglycerin. Nitroglycerin, okay, nitroglicerina. Esto es a base de nitrógeno, ok, y glicerina. La tienen que purificar y destilar, ok. La calientan bastante hasta que se derrite. Luego la empiezan a destilar, ok. Y el producto de eso es lo que usan y es llamado nitroglicerina. Back in those days, it was really unstable, okay. Very unstable. So any heat or any contact with heat, or if you heat it, okay, it will explode. So it was very unstable. Era muy inestable porque la nitroglicerina no se sabía cómo manejar y mover de un lado a otro, okay. If you want to see something about nitroglycerin, you can see, and it's an old movie called El Zorro Part 2. El Zorro Part 2 speaks a lot about nitroglycerin, okay. Ahí van a ver esa película, si la quieren ver algún día, es muy bonita y es un poquito viejita, ok, pero es muy buena. Ahí maneja mucho cómo están, más o menos cómo producen la nitroglicerina, ok, y la verdad, si ustedes se dan cuenta, usan las tabletas de jabón, ok, soft tablets, to derretirlas o to boil them, ok, and get the glycerin, ok, for that. Y ahí van a ver después cómo lo manejaban. But anyway, okay, let's continue with this. This says here, after Alfred and his father experimented with nitroglycerin. Finally, in 1863, Alfred invented a way to make it more safe. Okay, scientists everywhere praised his work. Nitroglycerin had many good uses. Workers used it to build roads through mountains and construct mines deep in the earth. Okay, so what he invented, Alfred Nobel, was the one we call TNT. Okay, those are cartridges, okay, of TNT o cartuchos de TNT. Okay, he put it inside the nitroglycerin, okay, and he folded it with a lot of cardboard or something, paper or something. I don't know how he used it, okay. He used it like a thread, okay, como mecha, to just ignite it, okay. So the cartridge of TNT, all right, was used for constructing or building roads and mines as well, okay. Lo usaron, no sé si ustedes han visto los cartuchos de dinamita, okay, or dynamite, all right. Ellos lo usaron y todavía se usa, diferentes formas ahora, pero se usa para construir carreteras. Por ejemplo, quieres destruir una parte de una montaña, ok. Aquí camino al Atlántico lo hicieron mucho, estuvieron cortando porque hacerlo con bulldozer, ok, o con tractores era muy difícil. Ellos usan entonces lo que es la dinamita para explotar esa montaña. Mucho más fácil and easy, okay? All right, so let's see. Okay, so who hasn't read yet? ¿Quién no ha leído aún? You, Guillermo, okay. So read the last part, please, okay?
Nobel's invention was not perfect. However, nitroglycerin exploded if someone dropped it or uses it incorrectly. Sometimes it leaked from the cans. Sometimes workers uses the oily liquid on wheels or to clean their shoes. This often caused accidents and injuries. After a while, some governments started to ban nitroglycerin because it was dangerous. The nobles continued to experiment to make nitroglycerin safer. Unfortunately, in September 1864, Alfred's brother Emil was killed in an explosion in their laboratory. After the accident, Emmanuel had a stroke and was paralyzed. He died 8 years later. On the same day Emil had died, Alfred Nobel wanted to make nitroglycerin safe. He built a new laboratory and continued his work in 1867. He discovered a new material to mix with the nitroglycerin. This material made the nitroglycerin safer and more effective. He called his new invention dynamite.
Okay,
Nobel boy.
all right, let's stop right there. Thank you very much, Guillermo, really good. Okay, so as you can see, this nitroglycerin had a very powerful effects when it exploded, okay? And it was really unstable, as you can see, okay? And read here, it says here, he even, okay, his brother Alfred had okay, Alfred's brother Emil, okay, was killed in an explosion in the laboratory. That's how unstable it was, okay, the nitroglycerin. But later, years later, Alfred, okay, uh, found a way mixing with some other substance, okay, all right, to make it safe, all right, and he used it in a better way, all right. The name of his invention was dynamite, okay. So it says here, Alfred Nobel wanted to make nitroglycerin safe. He built a new laboratory and continued his work. In 1867, he discovered a new material to mix, okay, to mix with the nitroglycerin. This material made the nitroglycerin safer and more effective. He called his new invention dynamite, okay? So, Nobel built factories all over the world. He continued his experiments and developed new and more powerful explosives. He also became interested in weapons. He developed a new type of gunpowder as well as other materials. Nobel became very wealthy. Many people said he was a bad person because he invented destructive weapons. Okay, so that's what happened. Something that he believed at the beginning was for good use, some other people use it for some other reasons, okay. he uh, he invented it as well, arms of destruction. That means that he created a better ways to kill people, which was that wasn't good. So other people or other societies began to talk about things about him. He got bad reputation because people told him that he built things just for killing people. Okay, so how much have you understand about this, Mario? Okay, can you tell me what was the name of what Nobel invented at the end? What was it called?
Cuenta como el invento de la dinamita y
Dynamite. All
sobre mi
right.
padre que era inventor y científico,
Mhm.
sobre que tenía dos hermanos y las utilidades que creo que se le podía dar y
Perfecto.
cuenta como la inestabilidad que usted había dicho sobre los materiales que se utilizaban para esto.
Correcto. Muy bien. Okay. Muy bien. So, the end, let's read the end of this. Okay. We still have 4 minutes left. Okay. To see what how it ends this story. Okay. It says here in 1888, Alfred Nobel's older brother Ludwig died. A newspaper story confused him with Alfred and called him the Merchant of Death. Oof, that's a bad name. Merchant of Death. This upset Alfred very much. He wanted people to remember him as a man of peace. 7 years later, he wrote out his will and created the Nobel Prize. When he died in 1896, people called his will the greatest gift ever made by one person. Since 1901 or 1901, okay, men and women from around the world have received Nobel Prizes for their great achievements. People everywhere now remember Alfred Nobel for his efforts to make the world a better and more peaceful place. Okay, so he tried to redeem himself. Okay, first because he didn't know better when he got into contact with nitroglycerin, he began experimenting with that. Okay, so he created and bettered that nitroglycerin. He make it better. That's how he invented it, dynamite. But then one of his brothers died. Okay, about for an explosion. His father had a stroke. Stroke is like a heart attack. Okay, heart attack, and he became paralyzed. He couldn't move. Okay, and 8 years later he died. Okay, so at the end, his older brother, the other one, Ludwig, died as well. But people confused Ludwig with Alfred, and they thought that the one that died was Alfred, and he called them, or they called him, okay, Merchant of Death. Es el mercante o el mercader de muerte. This is a bad name for him, okay? Then he thought about it and said, well, I'm going to write a will. A will is a testamento. He wrote a will, okay, and state there that he was going to give all his money that he has accumulated, okay, to give a prize for a person that become the best in his area. For example, we read that he are giving prizes for people that was here for the work in science, medicine, literature, economics, or world peace. That's the prices that he gives for each science, okay, or for each kind of a study that the people make, okay, or specialty, you can say, okay. So now, can somebody tell me what Nobel Prizes have we achieved here in Guatemala? Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone here in Guatemala that has a Nobel Prize? Okay, Mario, do you know a name of a person that has a Nobel Prize here in Guatemala? How about Fernando? Christian? Or Guillermo?
Rigoberta Menchú, I think.
Ah, yes, good. Okay, Rigoberta Menchú. What, she won a Nobel Prize for what? What reason? Do you remember?
Literatura, creo.